Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. Y'all like the video? As y'all come into the chat, y'all know what time it is. It's the dribble by yours truly, Gully TV. What up? Got a lot on my desk. I've been working. Greetings. Y'all come on in here. I told y'all I was gonna have this chat line open for y'all. I didn't lie. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What up? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Subscribe to the channel as y'all come into my chat. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. I am Gully TV1. I've been putting up some dope content over there. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to TikTok. I hear about it so much. They talking about shutting it down when the new year gets here. What up, Buffalo, what up? So, make sure y'all subscribe as y'all come in here, man. Got my pill out. I think I'm gonna start hooping again. I ain't played in a few months. NFL should part ways with Rock Nation. Abdul Stewart. Is you black? Your name is Abdul Stewart, so I'm assuming you're black. Why would you come in here and say some evil shit like that? Why the fuck would you come in here and say some shit like that? Just a question. Why would you start out your dialogue saying some shit like that? It's business. Explain your whole motive in saying some shit like that. Youngstown, what up? And you got a righteous name. Yeah. And you got a righteous name. They said kick you out. I was kicking his monkey ass out. Don't even worry about it. We don't tolerate that type of shit in here. Jealous niggas. Rotten jealous niggas. This man ain't been charged with nothing. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. The prosecutor, Tony Busby, has some shady shit attached to his name, but you don't want to acknowledge that. You want Jay-Z to lose his partnership with the NFL. Shame on you. Damn shame. The title of this video is The Hip-Hop Community Doesn't Seem to Believe that Jay-Z is someone that should be targeted with frivolous claims. If y'all seen my video I put out earlier, I'm one of those people. I had to listen to some old Hove music last night. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. I had a few Hoves around. I had to listen to some old Hove music. You know, some CDs. And Jay-Z was always rapping about keeping both heads where they supposed to be. Hoes can get you sidetracked and clapped at close feet. Y'all remember that? He said Jay-Z said they would come for him. He was rapping about it the whole time. He was rapping about it. He said they go for all icons. Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, OJ. Mostly black icons. I gotta agree with you on that. I think black men in power got to be on their A+ game. That's just the truth. Jay been that bull. Let's agree on something, right? The whole time that Jay-Z has been in front of us, he's always kind of been in a class by himself. Wouldn't y'all agree? It was just something about this gentleman that placed him in a class by himself, right? And the collision that he had with Nas, the ether era, that was simply a case of two giants not being able to occupy the same space. Jay-Z had to get it in with Nas. He did. Nas was the golden boy. Jay came in like 1996, and he just had to get it in with him. Even Tupac had to get it in with Nas. That's just the nature of the game, competition. Brantley, blessed, you getting the fuck out my chat. I don't tolerate no weirdos, man. No weirdos, no dumb shit goes on in my chat. I got a very, very short fuse. I don't got a lot of patience. Moderators, y'all supposed to be out for blood. Pee-wee, exercise the power I invested in you. I only see Pee-wee in here. Where's BK Crypto? What's up? But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, Jay-Z has always carried himself in a manner that seemed to be a little bit more advanced, right? And I knew it. You know when I knew Jay-Z was official? When I knew he was 100% official? I'm keeping it real. When I seen, I think it was Ghostface and Capadonna in the club video. Y'all remember that in the club video? You know how it get in the club. Wasn't Ghostface and Capadonna in that video? They was, weren't they? I thought that was the ultimate cosign. I said, damn, even they fuck with Hove. Even they, he said, yes, sir, classic video. Wasn't that that was a great statement seeing those guys in that video. Don't y'all agree? When I seen them in that video, I was like, he's the nigga, man. He's the nigga, man. The cream of the crop of the woo. Fuck with him. He always seemed to be advanced. From the first time I started to see him on music videos, I remember watching him on music videos, and I'm like, everything about this dude is kind of like different. In 1996, when everybody came in and everybody was wearing these big ass pieces of truck jewelry, big ass Cuban links, it was the Cuban link era. Here comes Jay-Z with a little watch and these little skinny diamond chains. You dig? The Reasonable Doubt CD, he didn't have on the clothes that was being worn at the time. He didn't have on Coogee. He didn't have on Helly Hansen. He didn't have on none of the Avenue shit. He had on a fedora and gaiters and shit like that. And think it was the Can't Knock the Hustle video, which was black and white. It was just, he was just on some next level shit from the door. And in order to occupy the position that he was occupying at the time, you had to, in order to stand out, you had to be different. I remember watching the Ain't No Nigga video with him and Foxy Brown, and he just had on a t-shirt, and he had on this, like, it might have been a polo hat or something, had it turned backwards. And I remember, I didn't like that video. I didn't like that song or nothing. But I remember looking at it and shit. And it took me almost 2 years to realize that he had on Versace in that video, that he was wearing Versace. I think he had on a Versace t-shirt. He was just on a whole nother level, right? And everything about him it said opulence. Blatant opulence. Blatant opulence. Brooklyn Kennedy. Oh man, nah. I'm kicking him out of here. I'm kicking him out of here. Blatant opulence. And as you're exiting the chat, I want to answer your question briefly. The guys who have taken shots at him, they got nothing on the nigga. This is no disrespect to DeHaven and others who have had differences with him. Some niggas just got it. Some niggas just got it. He said, Gully, Jay was never considered fly like that fashion-wise. You know why you say that? Because he was wearing shit that you don't appreciate. I just said that. He wasn't wearing that Avenue shit. That shit that you can stomach. The shit that you're used to. I was wearing platinum when all y'all thought this shit was silver and shit. I was drinking Cristal when y'all thought it was beer and shit. So, I understand. What you're basically saying is you're not on the level. And I just admitted to not being on the level at the time. I just said it took me 2 years to say, that's a Versace shirt he's wearing and shit. I just said that. He had on what appeared to be a regular shirt in the Ain't No Nigga video. AP watches, not Rolex. Yeah, all types of next level shit that you almost have to grow into. You almost have to grow into. You have to grow into this shit. Yeah, he was still talking about gators and shit like that. Like that wasn't something that East Coast rappers was really representing. Maybe guys in the Midwest, going Detroit and all of that shit. Hov was on that shit from the door, and I'm saying this to say that the man was advanced, and he was advanced in a manner that, without knowing who he was fucking, without knowing the chicks he was involved with, you could almost assume it. For instance, I remember being so attracted to Free from 106 in Park. Nobody had to tell me that was Jay Broad. Nobody. I just knew it. I'm like, this is a bad, thick motherfucker, man. I know Ho fucking with this bitch. I just knew it. It was nobody's business. It was nothing but, we only had magazines. We didn't have the internet. We only had magazines and shit like that. But he just seemed like, he just seemed like one of them Willie niggas that had all the bitches. Nobody had to say this. Just from watching, everybody in here like, right, that's facts. Right? So with that being said, rape, come on now, rape. Like, I'm almost saying to myself, was he involved with Rosario Dawson before? The chick from He Got Game, was he involved with her before? The Rob Report. I'm glad you said that. I got a little Rob Report story in just a second. Was he involved with Rosario Dawson before, the chick from He Got Game? Was that one of his joints? They're like, yep. See, nobody had to tell me that. I just saw all of the bad bombshell joints that was out at the time. You just could look at him and say, that's probably Ho, bitch. Serious. You could just, and this is all off of demeanor, aura. And if you listen to the music, you just know that this wasn't the type of nigga that you wanted to be competing with for the attention of a female. You dig? We all know about what happened with Ether. But Carmen Bryant, she couldn't get away. She couldn't get away. She couldn't. The niggas are super willy. She just couldn't get away. He lost the rap battle, but you know who did what with you know who. I'm gonna just keep that between me and you. This is the facts. This is the facts. You dig? I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. These are all facts. So to embrace the idea that this man raped anyone, let alone a 13-year-old, is just not consistent with his character at all. Now that I got that out the way, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from the chat. It's almost 500 people here. Moderators, Pee Wee, put the number in the chat. 646-592-7850. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I've already drawn my conclusion. I'm a devout Jay-Z fan for a long time, and even though Nas did win the battle, Ether, he won the battle, I still didn't consider Esco better than Jay-Z. I'm just being for real. And I love Esco. And there's probably people here I might even hear about this when I get off the phone, but I've said this before. I was in jail when Ether came out. I had a cellie from Brooklyn, and we was listening to the radio, and Funkmaster Flex was bombing like it was like a funeral. He just kept playing that shit over and over. And I'm like, shh, this is getting dark, but I still feel that Jay's the better rapper. Philly, what up? Call back, man. The call dropped. Y'all forget Jay is a seldom... Y'all forget Jay is seldom admitting ugly. He wasn't able to get chicks until he got bread. That go for a lot of niggas. You ain't said nothing slick. If you wasn't a point guard or something like that, you niggas wasn't fucking in school all like that, nigga. You had to get some block money. Wasn't nobody checking for you niggas. If you didn't have this, let's get that understood. Rochester, what up?
Yeah, man. I don't know what made them guys think that they could play with Jay-Z. I mean, over the course of his career, man, he's always been an intelligent, real clever, real calculated, as you said, over the course of a couple of days. I just don't know why they think they can play with the dude like that, man. Guy's always been next level, man, very smart and intelligent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening with him, all these allegations and things like that. I don't see it.
If the shoe don't fit, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. And it just, the shoe don't fit, the glove don't fit. We've been fans of him since he came out in 96. Some people was in tune with him when he was a part of Original Flavors that precedes Reasonable Doubt. I just feel like he was a guy that wouldn't get all mixed up into some dumb shit. And he's shown us that, with the exception of the Rivera stabbing, he never got involved with anything. Thank you. Yep. Talk to me. Vegas, what up?
Hey, what's up, Gully? How you doing? This Nick X, man. I've been a long time listener to you, man. I enjoy the content you put out, man. You keep it real Gully, and I like that about you.
Thank you, sir. How you feel about this thing going on with the God MC?
Man, look, I don't believe it. I watched your show yesterday, man, and I can't buy it. And this is the main reason. This is one of the reasons why. 13 years old. Think about this. That and I don't know how old Jay-Z was. Apparently was at that age.
Right.
But just think about this. His daughter is that age. So when you look at Blue Ivy, look at that, and you can't tell me that girl don't look underage.
Exactly. Blatantly.
Yeah, you can't tell me. So we know in our mind what a 13-year-old girl looked like. And I'm 50 now.
Right.
But back in the day, I remember those girls that, were 14, 15. They grew their body parts out a little wider or a little quicker than older women and so forth.
Right.
But you can tell that they like 15, 16. But a 13-year-old,
You can't
come
mistake
on,
that.
man.
That's 1 year into being a teen. She just was 12. It's impossible.
Just was 12. And I was looking at the red carpet event that they did, and I was looking at Blue Ivy like, that's a 13-year-old. And I don't know if she's 13, but I don't think she's older than 14. But that's a kid looking, a girl at that, man, she gonna have a baby face. Ain't nobody gonna do that. And Hope been moving very, and he be in stealth mode, like you said. Those girls that that you had mentioned that he had, relationship with.
Yeah.
We ain't never heard nothing, no controversies, no he did no dirty, whatever the case was. Hope been moving like a professional, and although he did lose that war, I do believe Super Ugly did get a little ugly when Jay-Z dropped that. He lost the battle rap, like you said, but I believe he won the war. I think he is the more superior rapper, but I just believe Nas. I like Nas. Nas is an ill cat, and I like Nas' vocals better. But, man, when Jay-Z get to doing that flow, man, he untouchable, man. And
All
I think
facts. All
I
facts.
just think he's bored with it. But I just, look, I give people the benefit of the doubt, but hey, you going to have to show me some strong-ass evidence that he was stupid enough, which that's a very intelligent man, to do something that looked like a 13-year-old.
Exactly.
13-year-old
Stupid.
girl looks like a 13-year-old girl.
And not only that, right?
I don't think nobody.
If when a man encounters a 13-year-old girl or anybody underage, it don't matter what her body look like. As soon as she starts to talk, you gonna like, man, it's a fucking child, it's a little girl and shit. Like her mental, everything, it's not gonna add up. I just don't see it. And according to this claim that's being filed, she said that Jay-Z gripped her. Jay-Z was the one who fucked her first, and then Puff came or something like that. I just don't see it. I don't.
Yeah, and you get drunk. Now think about this. Me and my homies, when we were younger, we didn't even start, and we grew up in the hood. We didn't even start drinking until maybe 15ish. You're talking about a 13-year-old who said she was drunk. Man, come on, man. It's different when you got an uncle or something where tell you to take a little sip. You're taking sip.
Yeah.
You ain't getting drunk.
Nah.
You're not getting drunk.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
At that age, I couldn't even stomach alcohol, and I'm a guy. Couldn't even stomach it and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't start until we was like 15 and 16, and I was drinking beer.
I was about to say that. It was beer. It wasn't no straight liquor or no shit like that. Like,
right.
that wasn't it.
Nobody's doing that. And not unless you go into the church and you drinking they pouring the real stuff on first Sunday. That's the only time you're doing it.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you. I'm going to take another call.
Absolutely. Keep it going.
Yeah. Philly, what up?
I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you.
Philly, what up?
Tell Bo shut his drunk ass up. You don't know what the fuck he talking about, man.
That call dropped. Sam W. The media didn't have the same energy for Elvis and Hugh Hefner. There's a war against our black successful artists and CEOs. I agree with you on that. Caller, talk to the dribble. Where you from?
Gully was good. Brooklyn, from Brooklyn.
BK, talk to me, man. How you feel about this bullshit?
Now, I ain't gonna hold you on some G shit. You know what I'm saying? My bad cursing, but I'm always on the channel rocking with you. I be in the truck, so I can't tap in much.
Right.
I do. Sometimes you read off what I say. You heard?
Right.
But I'm from down there. You told me. I know you mess with you mess with Turtle. I know you know Turtle and all that. But I'm from down there.
Yeah. Okay, Marcy. Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Turtle.
From Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Marcy. So check it, right? That's the last thing I thought they would have tried to come with, because you know how this media, they start saying, Hove next and all that. Now, granted, everybody got their whole stories from down the way. I'm pretty sure you know.
Yeah.
Some people don't like them. Some people, they still love them regardless.
Right.
It's like the way Marcy is designed is set up. You got half, like on Facebook right now, half the people saying, hell no, half the people saying, yeah, it's going down. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you know how that is. When you're from
when you're from the hood and somebody like Hov get out the hood, it's got the people that know certain things or whatever. But long story short, that right there, nah, that I ain't buying that. I ain't jacking that. Not with no 13-year-old girl or nothing crazy like that. But the main part with the tap on, when you was talking about like free and all of that, bro, we seen the work that would pop up when we out with Jay type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you see the type of work.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to write in the chat, Ananda Lewis. Remember her?
Ananda Lewis, bad motherfucker. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She was on MTV, I think. Ananda Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. Seen her in the building. I also put in the chat, Rosie Perez.
I was gonna say Rosie Perez. I remember that. I remember that one too. They had all of his girls in a magazine one time, the chicks that he was allegedly tied to. And I was trying to recollect, but the type of chicks that his name was associated with, they was all guns. There was no reason for him to be fucking around like that.
Exactly. So that's one thing I give him at the end of the day. Like, Hov, come on, bro. When it comes to these chicks, like, and he's a sniper. Like, you know how real dudes, like, they don't even talk on they, you know, they don't talk on their pistol. So that's how you definitely gonna rock with whoever you want to rock with, you know what I mean? Like, oh, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. There was always something fly popping up. You know what I mean? That's all I wanted to say, though, on that.
Appreciate you for calling in, man. Shout out to Marcy.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Yep. I forgot, man. Shout out to my nigga Turtle, G to K, H Money Bags. If y'all watching this, G to K, I know you be in the chat. If you on here, man, call in, man. Turtle, if you watching, call in. Talk to the dribble. Who's calling?
Gully, this is Chris from Long Island. How are you, brother?
I'm in here working my ass off, man. Jay-Z done left some money on the floor. Money on the floor.
Yeah, man. Like, for someone who's that tactful, he didn't do that shit. He didn't do that shit. For someone who's that tactful and that insightful and that mature, he don't play no games, bro.
Yeah.
Hope he come here. Hope he come in this industry to play games. And if you're a billionaire of that sort, you have to be smart. You have to be tactful.
Very smart. Key word, tactful. Y'all look that up. And he's definitely tactful.
Yes. So for him to be doing that, but like you were saying, the bitches he knocked down, bro, that's a whole killer. Like you said, he was a whole killer.
A whole killer. For real. Yeah.
For real, the bitches he, like, I looked up Ananda Lewis, fucking Flea, fucking all the bitches, like,
all the bad joints. Like, you didn't even have to hear that he was messing with him. You could just look at him and be like, I know that's one of Jay Bras. Like, she's fucking Jay-Z. You just knew it. You just knew it.
Yo, I know you may not probably fuck with no joke like that, but yo, he said Rachel Roy was fucking with him before he was fucking with Dave. And you see how bad Rachel Roy is.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
This nigga was a whole killer, bro. So for you to put that on his jacket is crazy.
Son. Yeah.
Yo, but like at the end of the day, we don't know what abusers look like because at the end of the day, we can't type past nobody. You understand?
Right.
But I'm just gonna say this: if there is the off chance that this shit is true, crazy, bro. I'm not saying it's true. This is alleged. This is all nonsense, in my opinion. But I'm saying if there's a slight shred that this shit here is true, then I'm going to say all of it. I'll say all of them are on it like that. And it's not because of they have those proclivities. It's because of blackmail circumstances. It's like, yo, if we do this for you, we allow you to navigate our shores, our business models and everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some collateral from you. And it's going to be spiritual collateral.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But there's certain deviant shit that just don't fit the profile. You know what I'm saying? You know how they got criminal profilers?
Like, no disrespect. I honestly think Diddy would do some shit like that because Diddy has the type of profile, the type of psychosis that we would come to assume that those type of people are like. But at the end of the day, we can't typecast because
we don't really know what a psychopath or the
Right, right. And we don't know these guys personally. I appreciate you calling in, my nigga. I got to take another call. Thank you. Blue Contrail name was associated with Jay-Z too. Thank you. Super chatters, I appreciate y'all, man. If I didn't get to read your comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Florida, talk to me.
Yo, Gully, it's Jay from Florida. What's good?
What's up with you, G? How you feel about these accusations?
Say it ain't so, Gully. Yo, I'm a whole fan, bro. I'm a whole fan, bro. But this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give an objective perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, couple things. One, if the shorty got into the party, right? Like, so you saying like the driver or something like that, security dude scooped up?
Yeah, they say the driver went and doubled back. He brought the celebrities from the party. I guess maybe it was a limousine or something like that, or SUV. He told her, you can't get in the vehicle with them, but just wait right here, and I'm gonna drop them off, and I'm gonna come back and get you. That's how it was supposed to have happened.
Crazy.
Whoever that driver was is the motherfucker that they should be trying to criminalize or sue or some shit like that. They should definitely be trying to identify who that is. But at the end of the day, I don't believe it at all.
Yeah, no, exactly. But this is what I'm gonna say. Like, if she got into the party though, you know what I mean? She like, yo, I'm in there, I'm getting champagne, this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody in there. Like, I just would assume. I would assume that if somebody met her in there, they would think that she was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could assume, you know, she was of age. Now, this is a 13-year-old we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. We talking like around the year 2000, right? We all watch Belly. You know what I'm saying? You remember the joint?
I just was talking to Sin City about the scene with Vita and Belly and DMX.
Yeah. Like, I'm saying, like, it was kind of a culture or a climate, like, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not saying that he would partake in something like that, but I'm saying, like, culturally, that a younger joint, that might have been a little bit glamorous.
Bad. They was after niggas that was getting money, older niggas. That's just what it is. If you seen the movie, it might have been Sunset Park. Then the older nigga pull up at the high school and take Fredro's broad and it pulled off it with Fredro broad. I believe it was another movie. Maybe it'd have been Juice when Special Ed pulled up and pulled off with the broad with the Jetta and shit like that. Like, this shit been going on, but this is a sexual assault. Them girls was getting them cars on their own. This is a sexual assault. This is something totally more aggravated.
No, for sure. And this is what I'm gonna say. Like, I mean, at that time, like, well, let me say this because I don't want to hold up. I know you got a call.
Right.
Hope has always been like the pinnacle of, like, you know, doing things the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, show you how to move in a room full of vultures. You know
He always rapped about it.
I will say.
Yeah.
This is what I will say. Objective perspective. You remember that joint? What was that joint? The Superhead joint, the Corinne
Steffens, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hope was in the book. You know what I'm saying? That was an industry joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you was doing industry things with industry joints too. Like, I mean, say it ain't so, Hope. You know what I'm saying? Say it ain't so, please. And these days, an accusation will take you down. You don't even got in a court of public opinion. Like, that's all it takes. Accusation, like, yo, this NFL thing, everything is probably like in jeopardy right now. It's crazy. You know
I agree.
like,
I agree.
I pray it ain't. I pray it ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you taking my call. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Next caller.
All right.
Verified, man. Be cool, man. Some people ain't used to hearing their voice, man. These days, they take accusations as facts. Certain types of accusations can make corporate entities want to step away from you, whether it's true or not. They just don't want to be involved or anything like that, and that's understood. But this is a made nigga. I don't think him losing any contracts is going to disrupt his flow and shit. And we might get some music. I believe that he's always addressed certain things through music. So don't be surprised if we get some music. Phoenix, Arizona, talk to the dribble. You blew it, Phoenix. Tyson came back after them accusations. Mike Tyson and Jay-Z, they got two different characters and shit. Phoenix, talk to the dribble. Phoenix, I ain't taking your call no more, man. Get your dribble right. Yeah, Hot 48 Bars is coming in 2025. How are hip-hop moguls being taken down, but these devilish heavy metal niggas are rocking free? I don't know, man. You already know what time it is when you black, man. That's just something that we've had to deal with. So be on your best behavior. Talk to the dribble. Who's calling?
Peace. It's King Tony from CT.
Peace. What's happening?
Look, man. Gotta separate Jay-Z, the rapper, from Sean Carter, the hustler.
Okay.
So Jay-Z, the rapper, remember he said in Volume 3, back to Sean Carter, the hustler, Jay-Z is dead. Okay, so he gave us that verbally to say he was going to kill off the Jay-Z brand and rapper character. And he did that in the 99 Problems video.
Okay.
Where he showed himself being shot.
Okay.
Okay, so Jay-Z died. He's now in Sean Carter mode. So we got to separate. He's been in Sean Carter mode the past 10 plus years. So a lot of people is like, oh, Sean Carter would never, Jay-Z would never do that. That's false. Jay-Z is what you call guilty by association. He's guilty by association. If he's so tactful and up this higher echelon and, a higher statesman of the hip-hop culture, he wouldn't have associated himself so closely with somebody like Puff.
This was in 2000. Jay-Z was just coming off of his greatest selling album at the time. Puff would have been the creme de la creme at the time. A Diddy party or being in Diddy's company was something that all Willies.
Yeah.
He was in the room with him, so I don't see no fault. And
yeah, I meant Gully, like up to this point, like Puff at that time they was both the movers and shakers. I agree with you saying.
Absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
But what I'm saying is that to date, to stay, to associate yourself so closely with y'all throwing brunches together with a person like Puff, knowing his character, his sexuality, and a lot of things, his business practices was in question for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Puff has been in question. So why would you associate yourself so closely?
How could Jay-Z be sure of Puff's sexuality or his deviant practices that will be done behind closed doors and shit? How could he be so sure of that?
I mean, he can't be so sure, but he's behind this. He's behind them doors. He's in the parties. He's in the know. He's considered a gatekeeper. It ain't like he a regular. You know what I'm saying? He has a relationship. Puff has done business with him. He executive produced records with Jay. Like they have, Puff was with Beyonce in the studio when he sent them boys to go walk to Brooklyn.
Okay.
For that cheesecake.
Facts.
Puff, that was for Beyonce.
Facts.
So it's a lot of things that people not putting in proper context. And the main point I was trying to make was that when you want to assess this particular, I don't think he did this to this 13-year-old girl, just to make that clear.
Right.
What I want to say is that he is guilty by association.
Okay.
And in this era of RICO and all that, your associations could be very detrimental. And if Hov is this elite, esteemed, tactful person, he would not have associated himself so closely for the past 20 years with Puff.
I get what you're saying. One thing about having this hotline open is so we can get a variety of perspectives, and I appreciate you calling in with your insight. Thanks a lot.
No doubt. Peace, brother.
Peace. Doing business with someone is not being his friend. You know it all like you was there. Exactly. You think Jay-Z knew the shit Puff was into? I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, man, and hit the top notification bell. A bunch of elite people were cool and close with Puff. Connecticut, talk to the dribble.
Yeah, what's going on, big dog?
Speak up just a little bit, pimp.
Hey, cool, man. Nah, man. I don't think he did that shit though, man. I think they trying to frame my boy.
I gotta agree with you. It don't fit it don't fit his character. It just don't.
Hell no, like, 'cause I mean, especially if you think about all the little shorties he had back in the day, to do that, shit don't make no sense.
Right. Never heard of him involved in no type of no domestic shit. Even when we seen Solange on video attacking him, he was in character then. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't confrontational or nothing like that. He didn't throw no punches back, nothing. This nigga has always been on his A+ game, and I just don't see him doing that.
Yeah, exactly. The whole time he kept it. I mean, he kept it together the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's like now, I just feel like they trying to break him for real. I mean,
when they first charged Puff, one of the key words was RICO conspiracy. That mean it was gonna be some people that was named eventually and shit. Hove just seems to be one of the first people that's named. But this prosecutor Tony Busby, he got some shady shit attached to his name too. But the name of this, the title of this discussion this evening is that most people ain't buying it. So I appreciate you calling in.
All right, Gully, man, be cool.
Yep. Peace.
All right.
Being a rapper is the most dangerous profession. No level is off limits. If they don't have any proof, they would not present the case. Let me explain something to y'all. I said on one of my prior discussions, there's it might be called the victim something. Yeah, I had it written down. It's the MVD or something. It's a title. It's a name to why these people can file lawsuits. It's because the statute of limitations on these cases have expired a long time ago. This incident with Jay-Z allegedly was 24 years ago. The statute of limitations has expired probably 2 or 3 times. You dig? They said the Victims Act. Okay. Victims Compensation Act. So a lot of these people that have these motives, this is all rooted in a money grab. And this prosecutor, we didn't know who he was before all of this. Just like we didn't know who Fannie was down in Fulton County. We are in a time when prosecutors are becoming famous and gaining a lot of notoriety for prosecuting celebrities. As you can see, Tony Busby, he got an Instagram page. He got a Twitter page. And he be sharing information and making comments and posts about what's going on with this criminal case. These people are trying to become famous on the backs of celebrity prosecution. But me being a Jay-Z fan, basically all my adult life, he always rapped about being cautious. He always rapped about evading prosecution. He always said things like, I keep my both heads where they supposed to be. He always spoke about being under attack, especially by women and shit like that. The normal pitfalls that you expected a man to succumb to. He always rapped about evading the shit. He always rapped about it. So, and he always rapped about being not guilty. He did. Streets is watching. Y'all filling in the blanks. Y'all fill in the blanks. He rapped about it for many years. Streets is watching. I was one of them. He always talked about it. He did. The evils. The song Lucky Me. He rap about being on the dance floor wearing a vest, being careful not to bump into the chick he dancing with. He said you get a lawsuit for shit like that. I feel trapped. He's often spoken verbally about the pitfalls associated with being a famous entertainer. I just don't see it. They said I would listen to that. Yeah, man, make sure you listen to it. Make sure you listen to Can I Live. He always dropped some raw game in the shit that he was spitting. He did for many years. In the state of New York, if a child is sexually assaulted, the statute of limitations for criminals is 10 years. After you turn 18 and 30 years for civil. Thank you. Pittsburgh, talk to me.
What's the deal? Look, man, I don't think nobody in their right mind really believe Ho did that shit. Like I don't think nobody really believe that. But to touch on what the caller before the last caller said, everybody not. Can you hear me up?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Everybody in that group, like all them niggas know what everybody into, but that's like when you in the streets. Everybody in the streets know what everybody's into. When you in the same business and you on the same level, everybody know what everybody's into, whether you into it with them or not. But you aware what niggas is into.
I can't agree. I can't 100% agree with that, because when we became adults, it was niggas that was close to me, that was around me, that start getting high. And one of my good friends, he confessed to me one time. He said, man, we was getting high the whole time. We just kept it away from you because we knew you wasn't into it. But we been smoking lace blunts. We been sniffing cocaine. We been smoking rocks. We was doing that shit when we was 17, 18, 16. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that everybody is in tune with what everybody is doing just because.
I'll take back what I said then, because like you right about that. You right about that because you right about that. But what I'm trying to say is, I believe, because I don't really. You might have seen them niggas in pictures dapping each other up, but you don't really see hoes fucking with niggas. Like every time you see hoes really fucking with niggas, it's like a photograph. Like they just at an event or something. But I said that to say what I was really trying to say is this, and I'm not even just talking about hoes at this point. We don't know how them niggas, them celebrities act in them parties when they're amongst each other when they really could be themselves.
True story.
Like,
true story.
But 13, come on, bro, 13, that's 8th grade. Like now, if they were saying 16, 17, it might be a little more believable they snuck a little 16, 17-year-old in there because they sneak them in the club all the time.
Yeah.
Especially, you know what I mean? I've seen grown-ass women sneak their little nieces and their little cousins in the club. Like,
I've seen it.
You know what I mean?
I've seen it. And use, hold on. Bro. And use their little young ass as bait, basically, and shit. Like, had they little young asses, you know, flaunting them around, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to draw niggas to them with their niece.
Let niggas, the whole night.
Yeah.
So like, we know that exists. But how everybody, how you keep saying, bro, Ho too calculated for that, man. Ho been dodging shit since the unshit. You know what I mean? So, I don't see that, but like I said, we don't know how these niggas act in these parties when they're amongst each other. We don't know how Hove act when he's drunk. We don't know how Hove act when he's high. We don't know how.
But check this out. I got to interject this too. I never really seen the nigga, as much as he talked about popping bottles, I never really seen the nigga like inebriated or some shit. Like, I never seen him like turned up. I don't even know if I ever seen him with a bottle in his hand. I know he rapped about that shit, and he also rapped about he said he smoked just once in the blue when there's nothing to do. Yeah, he rapped about smoking weed sometime and shit, but I just didn't see him display none of those vices publicly. I didn't. Me personally, I didn't. So as far as go ahead.
Even when you hear like Dame talk about his personality, he always was the boring nigga.
Yeah.
Like, Dame was the one, you know, they had to come on stage and dance because they said his show was worth. Hov was a nigga that he got the bread in the party, but he's just sitting there sipping on the water. Like, he got that type of swag with him. He's not
Right.
in there like, that's why I just don't see it. I don't see him running a train with Puff, bro. I don't see him fucking a little girl and then saying, "Come on, Puff, you get some of that." Like, that ain't Hov. That's
No.
like that ain't him, bro. You, and then this would not have been the first time you've heard this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, in 24 years, you ain't never heard no type of shit like that. Like, usually when shit start coming out, you be hearing shit over the years. Like, everybody been hearing about Puff on the freak shit for years. Everybody heard it. Everybody didn't heard the little rumors and whether it was true or not. But you don't just shit just don't come out of nowhere, bro. Like this is just a straight, like, to try to fuck up his image, man. Whatever he got going on, and they probably trying to hope somebody else start trying to come forward and, you know, say shit too. But man, Hov ain't do that shit, man.
I appreciate you calling in here. They in here bugging off your accent. That's that Pittsburgh accent, man.
Yeah, man. And all y'all niggas in this chat, y'all see how the Southern boys look too, man. Man, y'all all be cool, man. Like, y'all
I appreciate you calling in, my nigga. Peace. Yo, how about the relationship between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown? Foxy said nothing inappropriate happened. There you go. I was about to say Yins, man. Yins got that funny accent. They said it sound like DC. That's definitely a Pittsburgh nigga. 412 in the building, man. Shout out to the Hill, Homewood, Northside. You know what I'm saying? Bell Silver, Wilkinsburg, man. The whole 412, man. All my niggas down there. What up? Pittsburgh sound like Baltimore. It's similar. It's similar. If Tupac never died, do you think Jay-Z would ever have overtaken him for the #1 spot? Tupac was never the #1 rapper. And I'm going to say this as unbiased as possible. That summer that Pac died, the niggas that he mentioned on Against All Odds, he mentioned all the top niggas. He mentioned trying to get rid of all the top niggas. He mentioned everybody that he mentioned that summer. Mobb Deep, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie. Everybody that he mentioned was the top of the line. You dig what I'm saying? And he knew that he had to deal with these niggas if he wanted to be the top rapper. But like Nas said, ain't no best. Ain't no best. East Coast, West Coast. No, Nas said it best. You know why? Because every region that you go to, they gonna have their favorite. They gonna have their favorite. Do you know that all of them niggas that Pac was beefing with, them niggas will acknowledge Scarface as being a great? During that time, during 1996, them niggas that he mentioned, when, if you noticed, when Jay-Z, Nas, and Pac, when they got in position, one of the first niggas they did a song with was Scarface. This is somebody whose name don't be mentioned all like that. But I lived through that shit, and I know the type of reverence that they have for Face. So for anybody to say Pac was the top rapper, or Nas was the top rapper, or Jay or Big was the top rapper, you still had certain niggas that was considered a top rapper. As much as you hear Tupac loved Spice One. Like, people will tell you, like, Spice One might have a better catalog of music than Tupac in some people's eyes. Tupac loves Sibo. It ain't no best. It's about your preference and shit. Me, I like all them niggas. I like all them niggas, right? But someday I wake up in the morning and I love Guru more than all of them. That's one of the best. You know what I'm saying? And his name don't get mentioned. but he was one of the fucking best. Like, I can't say that Tupac is better than Gang Starr. I can't say that. I can't say that Tupac is better than Ice Cube. I can't say that. So I'm just keeping it real. And a lot of people say if Pac didn't die, would Jay-Z had been like this? Or Jay-Z was gonna make it regardless. Jay-Z was gonna make it regardless, man. It was actually enough room for all of them niggas to make it. It was. But Tupac took an issue that started in Quad's studio and turned it into a beef with the whole East Coast. One nigga shot you, or you shot yourself, or two niggas robbed you, and them niggas didn't rap. But he took that and turned that into a war. And I lived through that shit. And not until I did the Haitian Jack shit did I start to understand and know what the fuck he was on, because at 18, I was 18 when that shit was going on. 18, 19. We didn't know what the fuck he was mad about. We didn't know what the fuck he was mad about. Nobody knew, like, what the fuck is this about? Like, it was almost like, man, this nigga's a troublemaker. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, when people heard Hit 'Em Up and Against All Odds and shit, it was like, man, where the fuck is this shit coming from? Why is he mad at Mobb Deep? You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't understand. Like, we had to, like, learn later, like, what the fuck was going on. But at the end of the day, it probably was, like, just competition and shit. For real. Troublesome 96. Didn't they say Jay-Z stabbed Un over Charlie Baltimore? I can't remember what that was about. I think they might... Nah. I think that stabbing was about some bootlegging shit. He felt that Un might have bootlegged him. I think that's what it was about, some bootlegging shit. Pac outsold all of them in 96. I can't dispute that. You know why? Because he was saying, I fucked your bitch. That's why I fucked your bitch and all of that. All of that was fueled in trouble. But he didn't have the unequivocally best music in 96. It was a whole bunch of niggas had good music in 96. That summer, Hove was out. Hove came out. It Was Written was out. It was a whole bunch of niggas that was out. I think Boot Camp Click was around. It was a whole bunch of niggas that was out. The Lost Boys, Mr. Cheeks was big that summer. The Fugees was out that summer. It was a lot of people that was out. It was a lot of good music. It was about what you liked. If you was a backpacker, you dig? If you was a backpacker, they had something for you. If you was on the block selling dope, they had something for you and shit. If you was rocking Helly Hansen and wearing fucking Columbia rain suits and shit, they had something for you. They had something for you. That's it. They said Outkast is out in 96. Facts. Outkast is a big deal in 96. Wu-Tang. By the time 96, the summer 96 came, we were still tripping off of Cuban Links, which came out in 95. So Raekwon was a big deal. It was a lot of shit going on. I think Iron Man might have been around and shit. Like, it was a lot of music, man. It's never been no best, man. Hip-hop is too multifaceted for someone to say that there's a best. There's some that's better than others. There's some whose music seems to stand the test of time. There's people who have stood the test of time. There's some shit that was out in 96 that if you listen to it now, it might not rub you the same way and shit. But there's certain people whose music stand the test of time. But as far as it being a best, everybody in here, if you ask everybody in this chat who their favorite rapper is or who was the best, you're going to get a different fucking answer from everybody. Straight like that. And I'm glad you said that. Sales do not matter. LL Cool J said it's funky because you heard it from hearsay. The jam that you love that don't be getting no airplay. That's the definition of dope. When a motherfucker walk up to you and say, yo, did you hear that? That's how I often bought music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you know, you was aware of who was coming out and shit like that. We had magazines or, you know, we were still going to buy CDs. You would look at a CD cover and say, okay, I'll buy this and shit. You dig? But you would hear from hearsay. Like, you would hear motherfuckers talking about it in the street. Word of mouth. That's how you know if it's some fire. If niggas talking about it and shit. You would hear about that. Pac was very argumentative. I guess it's his Virgo character. Southern playalistic. That was from 94. That's classic and shit. My favorite rapper is Jacob, but he's underground, so he's automatically overlooked. Come on, Gully. Tupac, Frenzy. I know you remember that. It wasn't no frenzy, man. It was like a soap opera and shit. These niggas say something. Tupac say something. Go buy the next nigga shit to see if he respond. Or we got to decipher and say, damn, who's he talking about? Like, Tupac was like naming names, and there was niggas that was doing rebuttals and shit, but you didn't know who they was talking about. You kind of had to wait. But the frenzy, man, do you know how many CDs was on the fucking shit? This is when we're going into stores and buying CDs. Do you know we would go into you know how much money I used to spend on CDs? I had big ass books in my whip full of CDs, right? The Ice Cream Man was out in 96. Wasn't Master P out in 96? Wasn't Master P out in 96? That was a dope ass album. Wasn't that out in 96? Summer 96. Wasn't Master P popping back then? Exactly. So you would go into he said yes, break them off something. Yeah, so you would go into a record store and all of that shit would be in there. Going to buy CDs was like buying sneakers, man. You're going to spend $80. You're going to spend $100 and shit. Man, I need that one. I would go in with one of my homies and shit, and I'm going to buy 3 or I'm going to buy 4 and you buy 4. And we going to listen to these joints. We going to pass them back and forth between us and shit. Like, we would go into the record store as pairs, like a squad, like 3 deep and shit. I'm going to get this and this and that. You get this and this and that. And, you know, we squad, we be around each other every day, so we passing them shits back and forth. But you were spending sneaker money on CDs, so that tells you that it wasn't no best. It was like fruit salad. It was like whatever flavor you wanted, you could get it. Straight up. I still have my cash. I don't care. No limit. Tila. Yeah, all of that good money was out back then. Tila. My fucking Suave House was out. Like, you had to been there to understand. It was no best, man. Like, it wasn't. Like, it was so much good music. Mom and pop joints sold them to the kids. Man, record stores wasn't asking for no motherfucking ID. Record stores weren't asking for no motherfucking ID. They wasn't. Like, you come in there, man, I want this, and they was selling that shit to you. Like, I don't know about them, you know, I forget the Tower Records and shit like that. Maybe they wanted some ID, but in the hood, like you said, the mom and pop record stores, man, they didn't give a fuck about that shit, man. You had $10, $15, they was gonna sell that shit to you. Period. And I just gotta say this, right? We were so fortunate enough during this period. Do y'all know that they had fucking record stores you could listen to the CD before you bought it? They had record stores. They had stations. You can go in the motherfucking record store, and they had stations set up with headphones. You could pick up the headphones or put it on and listen to that shit. And listen to it. And say, yeah, I'm buying this. Media Play. Sam Goody. Places. You could listen to that shit. So you gonna buy something. You dig? So, again, you just had to be there. You had to be there, but wasn't no best. It was a smorgasbord. You know what I'm saying? Music all the time outside the Virgin store in Times Square. 94 to 99 was so versatile. They had them in FYE. Yeah, FYE. Raheem Blake, what's up? Battle Zone Society. He said, that's why your album had to be fire. That's why your album had to be fire, because motherfuckers gonna listen to your shit before they buy it. Ain't that a bitch? How you like that for competition? 98 was good too. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate everybody to call in. I've been here over an hour. That's my time. The dribble was here, and now he's gone. I left my YouTube channel to carry on. So make sure y'all subscribe, man. Y'all can play this shit back. We had a lot of great input from the callers tonight. And yeah, man, we grew up in this shit, man. And if you listen to this shit, you know that this nigga didn't rape no motherfucking body. That's all I have for now. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. And look at my video that I uploaded before I got on here. Peace.